Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Pindi Sahota. I've been a builder for over 32 years now, and I thought it's about time that I started producing some content so that I can teach people some of the things that I've learned in my life. I'm currently 51 years old and I've had multiple successful businesses in the building trade, all centered in and around the building trade, from HMO renovations, kitchen fitting, um, and now I have digital products which help people like my fellow tradesmen to quote jobs a lot faster. Because if you're anything like me, you might be good at your job, but when it comes to the paperwork side of things, it's just like, ah. So, there had to be a solution. And luckily for me, I found the solution and I've created something really magical. However, this video is not so much about the product that I've created, which actually is out there available, but this is more about the times we're in right now. I mean, we're in 2026. This is March 2026 right now. And if you're not worried about AI yet, you better start getting worried. So if you don't have a trade behind you, you don't know how to use your hands to do anything, then you might be in a problem very, very soon. And I'm talking to all of you people like accountants, solicitors, um, you know, uh, whatever you call it, even your quantity surveyors. Eventually, your work's going to dry up. AI is going to take over, and you're going to be looking for something to do. And if you don't learn a trade, because AI is going to struggle to replace manual labor. That is one thing. It's not impossible. Yes, there are robots in industries that are replacing manual labor as we speak. However, on sites, it's not going to be as easy and not cost effective. Not just yet, anyhow. So my recommendation is that you definitely take some time to learn a trade. Okay, I've got a little slideshow here. This is my first video, so please bear with me. If I'm looking away, I'm not ignoring you and I'm not being rude. So I've covered the couple of things right now about you need a trade, and why you need a trade. Because obviously, if you don't have a trade, you're going to have a very limited future unless you become an AI tech wizard. And since that playing field right now, with all of these new things that are coming out, is like one prompt can create a whole app. Can you imagine how many new apps they're going to be? So that playing field, although it looks good and it looks promising, it isn't as good as you think it might be, you know? So yeah, so beware and be cautious of all of these £99 courses that people are promoting. In the back end of it, they're not promoting the £99 course. They're trying to tell you that AI is making life easy for you to start printing money, but that's not the case. AI is making it much harder for people to make money. Okay? So AI is becoming a game, a challenge, and yeah, people are getting sucked into it right now. The wise ones, they'll be using AI to improve their real businesses instead of playing these silly games and trying to follow what everybody else is doing and posting on social media, etc., trying to see if somebody will buy it, this app here and buy it there. Yeah, there are some winners out there, but we don't know how much money they've spent and how long it's taken them to actually build their email lists in the first place. So who am I to teach you? What makes me qualify is basically over the last 32 years, I've had lots of different people, employees, come to me, work for me for about 3 or 4 years, gained the knowledge, and with my permission, they've actually said, bro, I'm ready now to move on to the next stage of my life. My expenses are a bit higher than you're paying me, but thank you for the knowledge you've given me. And yes, so multiple, over 50 guys have come into my life. They've learned whatever I had to teach them. And now they've gone away and they are successful businessmen. Even my own son, Manraj, he is now a successful uh, carpenter. He has his own business, he has his own van, he has his own insurance, he has his own client base now. But it all had to start somewhere. It was very difficult. Even for him, it was kind of, oh, I don't really want to work for you. I'd rather go to college. So he went to college. Then he realized very quickly that what they're teaching him in college is not going to get him anywhere. In college, they don't teach you multiple things at the same time. So if you're going to do carpentry, you're going to learn the very basics of carpentry, and they give you, oh, here you go, here's a certificate. There's no real life hands-on experience, right? They don't show you any of the actual problems that you do face on building sites. They don't really teach you too much, even if they do teach you a little bit about health and safety, but they don't actually teach you properly. And I know this because I've also, in my life, I've attended a lot of these courses where I've actually seen kids going into these courses thinking, you know what, what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn a skill here. And they've already paid for the course. They're in, they've bought the tools that they were required, they've bought the PPE. And then on their first day, because they can't do something, they were asked to leave. Now, that's not fair, in my opinion. So, I can't name the company that where I witnessed this, and it wasn't very long ago where this actually happened, because I decided that I was going to downsize my building business now, based on my age, and start focusing more on what I can teach and how I can help others rather than me just going out there slogging it out. I've had a good 32 years doing this. Yes, I'm still taking on small projects, but these projects that I'm taking on are projects that really pay me well. And later on in this video, if you're still watching, you'll get to know how well I get paid for taking on these projects. But I get to select who I work for, and I get to say how much I'm going to charge. And people pay only because of the reputation that I do have. So yeah, basically I have knowledge in all of the trades to do with building. I mean, if somebody said to me, Pindi, I want you to build a house, and time wasn't a limit, from start to finish, from excavation, doing the groundworks, doing the brickwork, doing the block work, installing floor joists, building the next floor, hand cutting the roof, tiling the roof, doing the first fix electrics, first fix plumbing, plasterboarding, skimming, and second fixing everything, and installing the kitchen, installing their bathrooms, A to Z, decorating. There is nothing left. Maybe the only thing that possibly is left, which is something that I never took interest in, it would be the carpet fitting. But I'm sure if I really, really had to, I could put their carpets in for them as well. So basically, I've got all of this knowledge, and I'm really, really eager to share it with people. And yeah, so what I'm actually looking for is a group of maybe about 30 or 40, maybe 50 people who wouldn't mind having a 15-minute interview with me. So with regards to where they are in their journey right now in life, what they're currently doing, what they would like to do, what their sort of short-term goal is, and then I could give you advice on your short-term goals versus also long-term goals. So for me, it's not just about being a good builder. It's about being a good builder, but now I've put systems in place which basically free up my time. Before, quoting a £400,000-500,000 job used to take me about 40 hours. And that is if I wanted to do it 100% right. What a lot of the builders are doing, they just say, I've been doing it long enough. Okay, and what we just do is we just put a per square meter price on the job. But that's not really the correct way. The way I price jobs is I'll just upload a plan into RenoCalc. I upload it. 3 minutes later, I have a 70-page spreadsheet which has a breakdown of every nut, bolt, screw, piece of timber, piece of metal, RSJs, floorboards, plasterboards, cable per meter, cable types, a BTU calculator built in, so it works out exactly what size radiator you need for each room, and the list goes on. There's over 400 things that this does, with 40,000 calculations all happening within 3 minutes. And it doesn't just do that. It gives you a full method statement. It also gives you a cover letter. It gives you your spreadsheet, as I mentioned before. It gives you a schedule of works, which is very rare. And on top of that, you get a 12-page ready-to-sign contract as well. So if you're interested in looking at just that there will be a link in the description. It's called RenoCalc. It's brand new. It's going to transform a lot of lives, I assure you. Yeah, it's already made a huge difference to me. This is the basic version for HMO renovations. The pro version is coming soon, and when I say coming soon, this took me 5 months to build. The pro version is 3/4 built, but I want to refine it so that it's usable in every country, in every language in the world before it ever goes to launch. It will never go to launch before those parameters are actually met. So basically, I don't want to bore you guys. I just want to keep this video short as an introduction, but in future videos I will be mentioning these things again. But I thought it's better if I get something out there now, and if it's meant to be, YouTube will actually find the people that need the help, and it will present this video in front of you rather than me looking for people, because you know the world is a big place. But if you're serious and you understand that AI is coming and it's going to come to get everyone, so you better be afraid, and you better start thinking, what is the solution? Okay? Thank you very much. I love you all, and I hope to one day have a chat with you and maybe be teaching you. Take care. God bless.